And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Spycon. Now, Spyfall was an extremely popular party game in which one player was a spy, no one knew who that player was, and you asked questions to each other trying to figure out who didn't know a location you were all at. It was really silly, it was a very big hit, lots of people enjoyed it. Spyfall 2, a third Spyfall is coming out this year. But this is a sequel of sorts to the game called Spycon. The spy is dressed up as a specific character from history or from a fiction, and you are trying to guess who they are. This is not a one versus all, where one person's a spy trying to escape detection. Rather, it's a team versus team style game where you're giving information to your team without the other team guessing who you are. Let me show you. In this game, players are broken up into two teams. You're going to be the spy or you're going to be this spy, each team. You're also going to decide at the beginning of the game whether you want to use the deck of fictional characters or if you want to use the deck of historical characters. So you pick one of the decks. You're also going to pick one of two sets of keywords, either with the A or the B at the bottom. So you're just going to pick one of those. One person's going to go first for one of the teams, and both players are going to start at the end of this red carpet. It's actually one long red carpet, but for purposes of this video, I've split it into two halves so it fits in screen. So one person's a spy for each team, and they're going to draw a card from the deck, and this is the person that they have to guess, get the other people to guess who they are. They'll also draw a keyword. They're going to give this keyword to their team. Their team knows the keyword, the other team does not. They then describe themselves, and they can use this keyword to help describe them, but they don't have to say what it is. They can say, well, this keyword was probably, I don't even know if this keyword was around during my character's time, but I wouldn't use it because it would probably destroy the main thing I'm famous for, or something along that line. Now, both teams are listening, and you can keep talking. Players can ask questions. And at any point, if your team says, oh, wait, we think we have a guess, they're going to guess one of the people on the sheet. You have all these people here. Here's all the historical people. So they'll say, let's say Jones on my team. Jones says, I know it. But before my team can guess, the other team gets a guess. They don't have the keyword, but they do get the first guess. Then, if they're wrong, my team gets the guess. If they're wrong, we go back and we keep going until either each team has 3 guesses or till someone gets it correctly. If you get in the first round, you'll move forward 3. Second round, you move forward 2. Third round, you move forward 1. Depending on what card you're on, you will do whatever it says. Here you reveal the 3 keywords from the deck. Or here the teams have a maximum of 2 attempts to reveal the spy. Each team also has action cards. You can use these, but you can only use them once per game. Here I can ask spy question, has to be yes or no truthfully. We can make 2 guesses. The spy has to cross out a quarter of the characters on here. And the spy draws another keyword or make 2 guesses. Again, there's duplicates of some of them. So that's the way the game works. The first team that gets to the victory is the winner. The game is all about the art here, I guess. The spy and some very weird outfits. I mean, dressing up like that with that, I don't know. There's some odd stuff in here. I do like the Harry Houdini one. That's pretty cool. And you have all these different characters. Now, some of these characters may not be well known. In fact, the book, it comes with a thing in the book that tells you them. I am showing you the English printing of the Russian version. I do know for the English version, which I believe is going to be printed soon, they've changed a few of the characters to ones that Americans might know more. So that's involved. The boards here can be written on with dry erase markers, so your team can write down notes and cross things out as the game goes by. And everything fits in this box here, which also shows a red carpet. Now, there's not a ton of components in this game, but they're fairly well done. Now, I will say, I don't think this game has captured the insane greatness that was in Spyfall, a game I really like. But this game is solid in its own right, and I almost wonder if the themes are similar, right? And it has the funny pictures of the spy pretending to be people, but they're very different games. This one's a little bit more of a thoughtful game because you're describing characters to your team using a keyword that you both know. Now, your opponents can look at this and figure out this, but you're trying to describe that without the other team guessing. And I like the fact that the other team guesses first. As the game goes by, it actually gets easier. This is not a game that will drag out forever because as you go through the different characters and people guess them, they will be crossed off the list. And keywords, that could be the same each round because you'll shuffle those up, but the characters will slowly be crossed off, so sometimes you can really narrow it down. At the beginning, it's a little trickier. Now, there is one thing I'm not a huge fan of in the game, and that's the red carpet, these alternate rules that affect each round. I thought they were okay at best. Oh, because you happen to be standing here, then the spy must describe the keyword based on the character. That's okay. I wish that was almost an alternate way to play, and there is a lot of different variants in the rule book that you can play with and mess around with, so I think you can do whatever you like. For example, you can describe the character not in the first person, but by using the words my character, although you're not allowed to give up their gender. You can take some characters off your sheet if you think it's too hard. You can find there's 2 blank characters in a box, and you can put those on. You can let people look on the internet, although that sounds ridiculous. The problem with the game, the second problem with the game, I think, is that if you have people who aren't very talkative, it's problematic. The person who's a spy needs to describe them. They need to talk about it, and they can't just keep saying the same clue over and over. They'll be like, well, I use this keyword. You just got to give information out. You just don't want to give out too much information or the other team will guess it. But I haven't found this to be a big problem. And in fact, I found the game enjoyable. The team versus team, everyone guessing and trying to figure it out. The fiction versus the fact deck, I don't know which one I like better. I thought they were both a lot of fun. You certainly will find some creative things to use. For example, the rule book gives an example of using an astronaut suit for Joan of Arc, saying she would never have worn it, but it's very similar to something that she did wear and was known for. Or you say, I would. Sorry, you talk in the first person. And so then that's a clever way to do that. How would you work if you got swimsuit and Vincent van Gogh? I don't know. Maybe I would say that this keyword doesn't actually use a part of my body that I'm very famous for. Maybe. I don't know. But that's the thing. It's kind of like a puzzly game, and you could play this on a very serious level. It's not going to provide maybe as much laughs, although there may be laughter afterwards at the things that happened. So it's kind of closer to things like code names in that manner. And I think that's the kind of people who will enjoy this one. Although I wonder if they'll even check out the game because it says Spycon and they'll think it's very similar to Spyfall. So I don't think whether you like or dislike Spyfall will affect your enjoyment of this at all. It's a very different game, but I do like the team versus team aspect of it. Check it out. Spycon. Dice Tower Judgment approved.